What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? This is Shelton J. Think About It Radio, Motivation Monday. I hope everyone is having a good day so far. I hope y'all had a great weekend. I got another great show lined up for you tonight. Miss Faith Melody, musician, artist, and all-around great individual. Can you dig it? Miss Faith Melody. What is going on? And welcome to Motivation Monday.
Thank you so much, Mr. Shelton, for allowing me to be on this radio podcast. I also wanted to thank God, too, for allowing this door to be opened. Like, you know, a lot of things have been going on ever since I got saved and ever since I got reborn again. And it's just a blessing to be here. Thank you.
You're very, very welcome. Young lady says she got saved and born again and has a message for the people through her music. See, music is the key, man. That gets a lot of people going, that picks a lot of people up, that pushes a lot of people down. But music is the key. And so she is using music and this industry to teach and reach and preach a message to the youth and also to the adults. Can you dig it? Miss Melody, let the people know where they can find your music and support what you're doing, and then we can get on to this good old interview.
Well, you know, I actually got a special announcement today.
We mentioned that offline. Talk about it.
Yes. Okay. So just today, I got signed to the Bridge, and I don't know if some of y'all may know Billy Dorsey. He's a producer, songwriter, and vocalist on multi-Billboard chart-topping, Grammy, Dove, and Stellar Award-winning albums. So I got some projects that are going to come up. So just stay tuned. Y'all can add me on Facebook at Faith Melody. And yeah.
There you go. She got signed today. Now, was that process a hard process to get signed, or did it just kind of happen? Or was there a whole lot of work on your part to pull this thing off?
Well, you know, I used to write music. You know, I used to write songs, you know, that were secular, though. Secular as in, like, non-religional.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't saved at the time. This was a few years ago. People would come, you know, but there's those people that are they just talk, you know. So, but
right.
Anyways, I felt like as I got older, you know, I got saved and I started writing music for God. Just more things started happening so rapidly, like the interview today, for example. You know, I didn't know I was gonna be on here a few weeks ago, but I just wanted to say that it was God. You know, I prayed before for God for me to receive the blessings that He's got for all of us. So, and then a few days later, this happened, and God is good.
Isn't He, though, man? I mean, God is great, though. I think I needed to hear that, and I believe the whole listening audience needs to hear that as well, because sometimes I think we go through our days, and we go through the ups and downs and the trials and tribulations, especially as being an adult. You know, you try to, you know, get this taken care of, and then this bill is due, and that situation comes up, and this happens. But sometimes those things will really test you, and it really is important what you put inside of yourself. So when those tests do come, you have something to combat it with. So I really commend you for persevering and really trusting that relationship that you have with your father. Because today, like I said, it was a rough day for me earlier today. Just a lot of different things going on that I necessarily didn't like and appreciate. But at the same time, I'm still here. So I still have to be reflective and appreciative of that, because a lot of people, even as bad as it is, would trade places with me in a heartbeat. So sometimes what we think is bad is nowhere near as bad as it is for someone else. So your faith really will sustain you and push you. And I just can't commend you enough for being 18 years old and having that strength and conviction that you have to, well, you know what? I'm going to live a life for God. I'm going to live a life for God. And then the doors just, as you say, they just open wide for you because you have a made up mind to do what you want to do for the Lord. And that's a beautiful thing. And a lot of young people are not willing to do that because they are young. They really feel like they have forever to go. And so they don't really take their time to do that. So 100% kudos to you for understanding that importance of a relationship with your Creator.
Yeah, thank you. One thing that you did say stuck out to me. You said it's what you put into your body or what you put inside of you that, you know, matters. And, like, I totally agree with you on that because I used to put a whole bunch of bad music in me. I used to put a bunch of bad things, you know, drugs, alcohol, but it's like once this happened, I totally changed. You know, I started listening to more positive Christian music. I stopped doing drugs, you know, and then like now my life's changed so drastically, and it's just such a blessing to feel this, you know.
Why do you think young kids do drugs? I already know the answer, but I really want to know your opinion on it as far as your peers and stuff like that, people that are 17, 18, 16 or whatever. Why do you think they get into drugs and alcohol?
Well, you know, I think there's multiple reasons. I don't want to say I know like everything and every reason why there is, but I mean, of course, there's going to be like times where you feel pressured. There may be times where it's so easy to get. Well, it is easy to get. Like nowadays, like everyone's selling drugs. Everyone's got. Everyone can get the hookup if they really wanted to. But I feel like if you want that, then it'll be more easy for it to come to you. Like spiritually speaking, if you like completely lock yourself away from that atmosphere, then you're protected by the blood of God. So you're not gonna have that, you know, like opportunity to get those drugs. Not that if you want it, not that you want to, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just like saying. But
yeah.
And then there's other times where. Yeah, like there's other times too where kids just want to be like cool, you know, but yeah, like there's just a whole bunch of different reasons. But for me, I felt like I was led to it because, you know, I had some family members that like they weren't Christian at the time. They would do some stuff like that, but so I just like I had a way to connect with them by doing that, and that's really what got me to start doing drugs.
Yeah, it's the slippery slope too, though, man. One thing about that drugs and alcohol, man, I mean, it'll have you out there before you know it, right? And it's a really slippery slope. So that's a good thing, though, that you were able to pull yourself in and reel yourself in from that particular environment, because look and see what opened up for you because you made that decision to say, no, I'm not going to do this, that, or whatever. I'm going to live a life for my Creator. I'm going to live a life for God. And then you see how things are turning around. You just said a little while ago, you're signing a contract. You're signing with a label. I mean, so those things that you're thinking and praying about are coming true because you have those obstacles of, I guess, of the flesh or of the world out of your way. So God can operate with no interference in your life, right? Because he can't get through, because it said, I can't dwell in no unclean place. So that's a cool thing that you're able to get your place clean, and now God can dwell there. And you got the blessings of everything that you need because, again, you made a decision at a young age. I know I keep going back to that, but you made a decision at a young age. The reason why I say this young age, because there's so many adults out here that are really just herky-jerky and up and down emotionally because they hadn't made that decision. For God I live, for God I die, and God I will trust. So a lot of times people don't make that decision, so they kind of spin through circles. So that's a beautiful thing that you figured it out at such a young age, and how many people that you can help is going to be tremendous because it's going to come across in your music as well. And because, as we know, music influences a lot. You know, music influences to the point to where now you don't even listen to it on the radio. You can plug it in and get it right into your ear. So if you're hearing all these negative things and these negative sounds on a regular basis, then of course you're going to have a negative attitude. Of course you're going to have a negative mindset because all you got is kill, hate, pump it through your veins all day long, you know? And so if you're listening to those kind of things, then yeah, you're going to be aggravated and frustrated. You can't help it. You know what I mean? It's just going to feed off on you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You know, so for you to do what you do, though, like I said, that's absolutely fantastic that you're able to, again, to reel yourself in from actually being out there, because there's a lot of people that get out there and they don't come back. They don't come back. They don't get an opportunity to come back, or they don't have a revelation, if you will. So that's a beautiful thing that God loved you enough and you understood that level of relationship enough to say, you know what, I'm put here for more than this. I'm supposed to do more than this. So you're locked into your destiny because you realize what it is. A lot of times, man, young kids will graduate and go off to school and waste a lot of money with college loans and student loans and stuff like that and have no idea what they want to be in life. So for you to be where you are and know where you want to be, you just have so many years of feeding that. because you figured it out rather than waiting till you're 25, 26. Oh, I got time. You understand the importance of time. And again, that's commendable that you're doing such great things with your time and for the community because you have a testimony. You could have easily just wallowed in whatever your sorrow was throughout your life. You could have stayed there, but you decided not to. So again, to you, you are a leader amongst your peers because you decided to say, you know what, I'm not going to be selfish. I'm going to use the gifts that God gave me, and I'm going to bless somebody else with those gifts.
Yeah. And I feel like it's important to say, too, like, to the youth, like, there's going to be people that are going to be maybe making fun of you, you know, because of your faith. There's going to be adults making fun of you because of your faith. Maybe they might be Christian, but you may be a stronger Christian that draws them to make fun of you or say something or maybe even be jealous of you. But as long as you're, like, walking in the right hands with God, as long as you have the right relationship with God, you know, you're reading your Bible, praying to Him, just having faith, then He will bless you, like, in the long run. You know, all these things, like, I'm just a living testimony. But, yeah, like, and time isn't a problem with God, you know. He's our creator. He's the one who made everything. So it's not going to be a problem to Him. He'll just, like, have blessings on blessings.
Man, it happens, too, though, man. And like I said, I was excited about having this interview with you today because of the level of what we were going to speak about, and we were going to talk about spirituality and Christianity and things of that nature. So I was excited about having this interview with you and sitting down and told you, especially after having a long day. And so it was cool to hear what you're saying right now because, again, it just kind of reiterates what I've already been thinking and saying anyway, that God will provide. God will make a way for you out of no way. And I'm almost, man, I'm trying to say this without getting emotional, right? because it really was that kind of a day because I'm like, oh, my God, some of the things that I've been thinking about and hoping for really didn't come to fruition like I thought. And I almost got down. I'm almost like, you know what am I doing this for? Did I make the right decision? Am I doing the right thing? And then just like this voice just came in my head like, you know what? Less tripping and more trusting. Just trust him.
That was God.
Just trust him. And I say this all the time, you know, just trust him, right? And the thing about but here's the deal, though, and you can speak to that as well, you know, from a young lady's perspective. That trust, it has to really be like on a level of I believe, even though I can't see it. What they call faith, right? The substance of things hoped for. Right? And the evidence of things not seen. But one thing about it, man, in the middle of that hope, that's where that tough time comes, though, right? When you're just trying to make that transition, especially like when you're trying to get off the drugs, alcohol, or whatever, that sometimes that pull becomes like, hey, you can do this, and it's all right. Just do a little bit. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? You start compromising a little bit, but then, you know, what if God compromised on us? So I just think it's a give and take kind of relationship. And so really hearing you say that really just continue to strengthen me for the journey. And because iron sharpens iron. And that's what we need. We need more encouragers out here in this world. And so for you to step on that platform to do what you do, I know, not that I think, I know you're going to do great things with this platform because you have the mental capacity to deal with everything that comes your way because you are sitting on a solid foundation from the word go.
Yeah, and I just really need prayer too, because you know I'm gonna start like making music. I'm gonna start being out there, and it's like if I do all of this just for God, strictly for God, then I'm good. You know, I just gotta remember it. Like, hey, this is all for God. I'm not doing this for me. But the Lord, you can choose your path, but the Lord will choose your steps.
Say so
even if you want it,
say that again.
You can choose your path, but the Lord will choose your steps.
I have to give you a hand clap on that one, a round of applause on that one. You can choose your path, but the Lord will choose your steps. Can you dig it? He said, order my steps. See, when you ask God to order your steps, it's not like ordering a hamburger or ordering a hot dog or nothing like that. When your steps are ordered, they are ordered. Past, present, and future. He will guide your footsteps and take you wherever you need to go, but you have to trust. You have to trust. And you can speak to this just like I can. Trust the process. Enjoy the process. It may not look like you want it to look, but guess what? we're not God. We're not God. So it won't make sense to us, but it makes perfect sense